So starting with where I come out from the cab, got your bunch of cables here. So there's the red one that's coming round and going on to that terminal on the mega fuse block, and I've got the purple one that's going down onto the spade terminal on my starter. Actually goes off to the switch on the gearbox first. I'm on automatic, but effectively it's going down onto the terminal on the starter. And I've got the brown one just coming along, going on to that fitting on the alternator. And then I've got the little fly lead coming out from there and going on to that terminal on the alternator. And then I've got one of your leads made up that comes back onto the top terminal there on the mega fuse. And then I've got that big thick cable comes off the mega fuse down onto the main starter position. And then I've got my battery cable, which I'm going to do a new one because this is horrible, goes up to the positive on my battery. And then I've got the pink that's going to go on to one of the terminals on the coil. I've got the white that's going to go onto the other terminal on the coil, and then obviously the blue and the green are oil and temperature. So now the main question I've got is looking at the loom, my old wiring loom, rather than having this that I've got here, I had this other spade terminal went back to somewhere in the truck, so I'm not sure what the crack is there. That's the only thing that I'm sort of thinking doesn't add up. So first of all, does everything I've done there look like that's going to work and I've covered all bases? And then the other one is, should I have done that as it was on the original truck, or is that going to work the way it is? Got some other questions which I'll put in an email, but one of the ones that really springs to mind is the other side here. When I looked in here and I connected all this up, this purple cable went nowhere. So what I think I've got to do with that is connect it up to the back of my new ignition switch, but I'm not 100% sure, so I wonder if you could help me on that one. I think that's what it works out anyway, but obviously I've got, now I'm a bit confused on that actually. I'll write that down in our in the email.